Nobody expected Johnny Depp to look like this at 61. The man once known for his scruffy pirate charm and rebellious rock star aura has resurfaced. Lean, sharply dressed, with piercing blue eyes and salt and pepper hair that looks more like a European fashion mogul than Hollywood's favorite outlaw. Social media exploded. Paparazzi shots went viral. Some fans were stunned, others suspicious, but all of them were asking the same question. What happened to Johnny Depp? Not long ago, Depp had disappeared from the limelight. After years of tabloid chaos, courtrooms, and personal breakdowns, he quietly vanished. No interviews, no press junkets, not even the usual late-night music sessions with the Hollywood vampires. It was radio silence. Whispers started to swirl. Was he sick? Retired? Blacklisted forever? Nobody knew. That silence spoke louder than any headline. Then, out of nowhere, he reappeared. And not just reappeared, he detonated back into the public eye. The same man who played Jack Sparrow, once pushing 230 pounds, stress-ridden and weary, had dropped nearly 100 pounds. He looked like a completely different person. A silver fox aesthetic, polished and modern, had replaced the rugged pirate. Sharp suits, a lean jawline, bright blue contact lenses, and a full gray beard that somehow made him look younger. It didn't just stop at looks. There was a new energy around him, measured, confident, quietly intense. But of course, Hollywood never lets a transformation happen without rumors. People started speculating immediately. Did he get surgery? Botox? A hair transplant? Was this just a smart reinvention or something more artificial? Some swore they noticed a smoother hairline, a fuller beard, skin too tight for a man past 60. Online threads dissected his facial angles like forensic crime analysts. That nose is sharper, one tweet read. Look at the jaw, has to be filler. But here's the twist. Depp never admitted to anything, except his teeth. Yes, Johnny openly acknowledged fixing his teeth, veneers, crowns, and a full dental glow-up after years of decay. But when it came to anything else, he remained cryptic. No denial, no confirmation. Just that knowing look he always gives in interviews. The kind that says, believe what you want, I'm not here to convince you. But beneath all the speculation, the real story isn't cosmetic. It's something far deeper. Johnny Depp wasn't just transforming his body, he was rebuilding himself, physically, emotionally, mentally. According to insiders, he began a total lifestyle shift in early 2024. Gone were the late nights, the alcohol, the cigarettes. In came plant-heavy meals, strength training, yoga, and early morning walks. He embraced intermittent fasting, ditched sugar, and committed to consistent exercise. Friends close to him said, it wasn't about vanity, it was survival. You see, what most people missed was the emotional toll of his infamous legal battles. The defamation trial against Amber Heard wasn't just a courtroom spectacle, it was psychological warfare. Depp once said he felt like the crash test dummy of the Me Too movement, absorbing public hatred while the real monsters still walked red carpets. Worse, he revealed that 3 of his closest friends, people who attended his kids' birthday parties, abandoned him when he needed them the most. He called it death by confetti betrayal. They praised him in public, ghosted him in private, and wrote his name for fame. The betrayal shook him. That's when he decided to disappear and rebuild in silence. Therapy became routine, daily journaling, cutting out toxic people. No more codependent relationships. Depp even changed where he lived, spending long months in quiet corners of France and London, focusing on painting and composing music. This wasn't just a diet or a detox, it was a total reset. A way to start over without saying he was starting over. Then came the projects. First was Jean du Barry, a French period drama that premiered at Cannes. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it was a statement. Johnny Depp was back, and not on Hollywood's terms. He followed that with Modi, a film he directed himself, focused on Italian painter Amedeo Modigliani, a slow, moody character study, very un-Hollywood. But his biggest splash came in 2025 with Day Drinker. Day Drinker is his first major U.S. studio film since Fantastic Beasts, and the first time he's headlined a major production since winning the lawsuit. In early photos from the Spain set, fans barely recognized him. Crisp blue suit, silver beard, icy eyes. He looked like a billionaire spy or a Bond villain, not the scrappy rogue we grew up with. The internet dubbed him the most interesting man alive. Others compared him to Clooney and Brosnan in their prime. A full-blown silver fox, but with an edge. And the transformation didn't stop at visuals. Depp's interviews became more selective, more thoughtful. He refused to call it a comeback. "I didn't go anywhere," he said calmly, but his actions told a different story. He was returning, just on his own terms. Dior renewed his Sauvage contract, making it the most lucrative men's fragrance deal in history. He began performing with his band again. He even launched a private art gallery series in Europe, showcasing raw portraits and emotional abstracts from his years in exile. Yet, even now, some fans aren't buying the transformation. They're convinced he's hiding something. Some swear he's had work done. Others think the new Johnny is an illusion, carefully curated, surgically enhanced, publicist approved. But maybe, just maybe, the truth is simpler. Maybe this is what happens when a man nearly loses everything: his career, his reputation, his sanity, and survives. Maybe this is what survival looks like in Hollywood. Not loud, not angry, just evolved. Still, the rumors aren't going away. People are still dissecting his photos. The hairline, the cheekbones, the skin. They point to old interviews, new red carpet footage, even compare screenshots from movies a decade apart. But Depp remains silent, which of course only fuels the fire. Behind the glamour, there's a haunted quality to his transformation. A sense that he's carrying something heavy, something unresolved. In interviews, he often reflects on his upbringing, his abusive mother, his quiet father, and the rage he bottled up as a child. He says music saved him, acting gave him a path, but he never learned how to trust. Now, at 61, he says he finally understands who he is. That's why he cut so many people off. That's why he stopped chasing approval. That's why this isn't a comeback. Because the old version of Johnny Depp, the one we all knew, doesn't exist anymore. What comes next is unclear. He's rumored to be starring in Carnival at the End of Days, playing a dark, poetic version of Satan. Others say he might return as Jack Sparrow in Pirates 6. A comeback fans would welcome with open arms, but Depp won't confirm anything. He's moving in silence. And maybe that's the point. This isn't about reclaiming old fame. It's about evolution, about becoming someone new, after you've been broken, betrayed, and rebuilt. Johnny Depp didn't just change his look, he changed his life. And whether you believe the transformation is real or not, one thing's for sure: he's not the man he used to be.